Okay, welcome to Color Theory. We're looking at Foundations 111. I think also 115 is another variation of this course, but for this one, we're looking at 111. Yeah, course home is going to be where sort of everything starts here. I've got a couple announcements up already. I want you to go through all of these. The welcome announcement has some important information in it. And let's see, this video will be in the next announcement that shows up, so it'll look slightly different. There are some places where I'm pretty sure your course looks different than mine, but it should all be pretty close. So looking down here, descriptions and requirements of the course, looking at this and then this. Oops, where'd it go? There we go. Prerequisites none, 5.5 weeks, 3, okay, whatever. All right, so textbook information. You want to make sure that you do have your textbook set up. A lot of sort of, core information is going to be in the textbook as well as the class lectures, and with the combination of the two, you get all of the information that we're looking for. Let's see, material requirements. We used to actually require paint for this, which may seem a little strange. But that's why we got rid of it, was because it seemed a little strange. But now we just have the software. So PC or Mac, depending on what you're using, make sure your computer's up to speed there. I use Illustrator down here for making things, and I use Adobe Photoshop to do all the video critiques because you guys turn in JPEGs. But I don't know, it's kind of up to you. Either one would work. I think Illustrator's a lot easier to use. It's a little harder at first. It's a little less intuitive, but once you figure out the basics, I think Adobe Illustrator is much faster and much easier for doing color theory work. So there's that. Let's see. Okay, and then down here, for Windows Explorer or Firefox, Mac users, Safari or Firefox. Honestly, I found Firefox works better on both. I've had a lot of issues with Safari on my computer, and they just vanished as soon as I started working with Firefox. So that's what you gotta kind of look out for there. And then I think that was it as far as, yeah, there we go. Okay, so then the rest of those, still want to go through those, but I don't need to talk about those. Those you just need to read. Academic expectations, this is a lot of the policy information for the course. Attendance, sometimes that does come up in case of emergency, right? Participation's a big one. When you read through that, it'll give you a little better idea of what we sort of consider participation to be in the class and what is not substantive enough to be participation. A lot of times people will have assignments, and those assignments, the design work is great, but then they'll just leave a quick comment and wonder why they didn't get credit for participation. Well, this covers that pretty well. Plagiarism is also an issue that does come up once in a while. Make sure you do read that thoroughly. Let's see, other things. Yeah, everything else is pretty much, just normal, but also important to understand. The attendance, even here, the 1 day period, like that's actually something that is sometimes comes up for people. They don't know when the day starts and stops because our days start at 3 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. So let's see, critique guidelines gives you good information about the critiques. Support, library, tutoring service, student lounge. This one, I don't know, I don't use it too often, but students sometimes, if they've got things going on outside of class, this is a good place to throw it here. Usually it's a wedding announcement or my daughter's pregnant. Those two things usually show up in here is I'm getting married or my daughter is having a baby. So yeah, student lounge is a good place to put outside of class information. Questions for the professor. These are any questions that relate to the course in general. You'll want to put here. Yeah, see, procedural questions can be software, but yeah, if it's a so, and then down here for questions of a technical nature, usually those refer to the specific assignments. How do I do this? How, what is wrong with this? Oh, I can't get my software to do this. Those go under the week by week problems and solutions discussion areas. So once you've gone through all of this, I want you to hit the read and respond. It's just a way that I know that you've gone through everything. And then I'm pretty sure you don't have any of these down here except for Digital Bookshelf to get your textbook. But yeah, so then once we're done with that, we can go ahead and start with week 1. Okay, so once we're done with going over the course home material, we'll hit week 1 here. Now, week 1 has a lot of information, and you do need to read all of it. Um, this is some policy things. It's some basic definitions. The foundation of this entire class sort of sits in this reading for the first week. It gives us our definitions and gives us some ideas on how to sort of move forward with the assignments that we're going to be doing this week. So definitely get started on that. It looks like a lot. I mean, I know that numerically there's a lot of things, but if you look at it, there's actually not too much text, which is always nice. I don't know. I like pictures. Um, and some of these are interactive. The video or the images. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah, so this one when you drag your mouse over it, it gives you the grayscale value of that particular color. Things like that. So anyway, go through all the reading, and then you can go ahead and start with assignment 1. I've already got my assignment 1 completed. When you do that, go ahead and just hit respond right here. Sometimes people will read my autobiography, and then they'll respond to mine and say, oh, well, my name is so-and-so, and I'm from so-and-so, and I do so-and-so and such. You want to respond to the assignment thread itself. I mentioned this a number of times throughout the course, just because it's the best way to keep things in order is to respond to the assignment. So you're responding to assignment 1, autobiography, and you're going to put that in there. Then there's actually a color theory pre-assessment test. You do need to take that. This gives us sort of a baseline for where you're at coming into the course. Then let's see, assignments 2, 3, 4, same thing. You just go through and, I've got videos down here posted on how to do those, and then you just respond to the assignment right here. Now, one of the other things that you want to make sure you're looking out for is deadlines. You see this one's due by Tuesday, July 12th. So that one comes at us very quickly. And the templates are there to download. You'll want to go through, read these very carefully because it's a very technical class. Understanding how to use color in your software is very technical, so you'll want to watch out for that. And then, the participation is the substantive responses. No formal critiques for this assignment, so that works out okay at first. And then also, as you're making your examples, or as you're making your assignments, just make sure they are not even remotely close to the examples. Sometimes people will just copy the examples, and we got to watch out for that. So, all right, problems and solutions. If you do run into anything on this particular in this particular week, in week 1, you have any questions, issues, whatever, you can go ahead and just post them in here. So hopefully that gets you started. And we've got a very full week 1, but it's all pretty fun stuff. And I think it gets people looking at the right part of their software, and it gets people thinking about the color in sort of more technical terms. And so if you have any questions, please let me know, and we will get started in class.